Hello. Ugh. How the fuck do you spell Lucifer? That's what I did. Okay, I'll have to go back to that. Hello. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I guess I could get on. Oh, it's just you.
But there's 3 in there, 2 thumbs up. So I don't know who else is here.
Thank you for the thumbs ups.
I mean, one of them is me, but. So this is our AMA. So you guys got questions for us? Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane. And it was showing that we have 5.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Jane? Oh, I hate that my socks fall down because my calf is just too ginormous that my socks don't stay up.
So are you done crocheting for now?
I'm going to give my hand a little bit more rest before I go back to crocheting. We have 2.5 hours, so. I'm only supposed to crochet 1 hour at a time. I just realized this isn't showing me. I can only crochet 1 hour at a time, according to my doctor, and I definitely crocheted longer than that when we were streaming earlier. So, I don't think I.
Thank you, Jane.
Was smart by doing that. Oh, thank you, Jane. Woo! Damn it. Shouldn't have been playing with the can.
Yeah, no spilling that because I'm the one that have to sleep in the wet spot.
I spilled it all over me. Well, what are we going to talk about? Nobody's asking questions.
I don't know. What other projects you got going on?
I have the 2 corner to corners, the Wonder Woman shawl. I have that hooded sleeveless vest. I have a scarf that I just started. I should have brought that as well to work on. But what else do I have? I have a scarf. I have a Harry Potter scarf that I've never completed. And
Jane asked you a question.
Oh, Yes, I have, Jane, but it's my left hand that's injured. So it's from constantly doing this motion that I strained my thumb muscle really, really bad, and probably injured something like major in there, because it's been going on 3 years now that this has been happening. And so but I have tried doing a different technique with my right hand with the hook to see if it wouldn't get aggravated so easily. And sometimes I can sit and crochet for 2 hours before it starts to hurt. Other times it might be 30 minutes.
I finished my bag.
Yay!
Nice
One
little
more
market
bag. What's that?
It's a nice little market bag. This one is for Chuck.
Cool.
It's my yard bag.
About how many yards does that take? Do you have the pattern?
I don't even know if the pattern says. It's just over a skein.
How much is in the skein?
Approximately 317 yards.
Okay. How much is in those cakes that I got? Whoops. There we go. I think it's bag. Maybe it's just spaghetti yarn.
I'm still here. I'm just off screen taking a picture of my bag. I didn't realize that the black fiber or black material I bought for backdrop was so narrow.
Okay, finally, here we go. Ooh, holy crap. All of that spaghetti yarn that I got to make bags is out of stock. I'm glad I got it when I did. And it is 273 yards.
Oh, next project.
It's super bulky though, so maybe I could nix a couple rows because it'll
Use a smaller needle.
recommended crochet hook size 2 to 4 millimeter. Wow, it's a really bulky yarn.
2 to 4 millimeter. 2 to 4
for that.
How is a super bulky a 2 to 4?
No, I don't know. It's bulky though. It says it's a 6.
This is a 3.5 millimeter.
I know.
So how are you going to do a super bulky with a 2.4?
No idea. I'm surprised about that as well.
And my phone saw the ceiling fan waving and thought it was me waving to take a picture.
That's funny. Oh.
Yeah, I like my market bags big, or not super big, but they hold a lot, but they got a lot of stretch to them.
Oh.
Yeah, I like my market bags big, or not super big, but they hold a lot, but they got a lot of stretch to them.
Oh, what am I going to crochet? I could use this blue and start on a hat. It's such a lightweight yarn, though. It'll take forever to get it to a decent size.
Now I can go back to working on my jumper. That piece of yarn before the cats think it's a toy.
So does anybody want to ask us any questions? We're going to do question and answers. Where did I put my bait? There it is, under my butt. London fog.
If you're having problems crocheting, maybe now would be a good time to go back to trying to learn to knit.
Learn to knit, yeah. Oh.
I'm not color controlling the scarf, so it's going to be blue stripes all over the place for the scarf, this jumper.
Jane, that's a good idea. I only have one skein with me, though. But I have 3 more at home that are not taken up by a project. So we'll see. I'd like to get the most out of the yarn that I have. So it's just probably going to take a whole skein of yarn to make one hat. But that's 3 hats at least. Let me see it. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, excuse me.
So, Jane, what are you working on?
Yes, Shane, I did. I didn't put out a video today. I guess that would have been the smart thing. Maybe I could do that real quick. Why did I minimize that? I'm going to go outside and make one. You're making a rabbit? Oh, an amigurumi? Awesome.
Guess I can record mine in here while he's out there. Hey everyone, this is Derek the Nitwit. Thanks for checking out the video. I just wanted to let you know we are having the first yeah, Britta's having a live. Craving Crochet just went live. A whole lot of people are having a live. I think Petra's might still be going on. Hi, Darla. Oh, that was you that said that.
All right, now I need to get the link to our. Oh, I didn't realize I've been sitting on the cat toy this whole time.
Hey, Dusty.
Hi, Dusty. Glad you're here. And Darla is here. Awesome. Hi. Brenda Lamb is doing a live right now.
It's actually Brenda Land.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's Land. We met at a knitting and crocheting group in Norman, which is town where he lives, but it's a town a couple over from me. And I found the group on meetup.com, which makes it sound like it's like internet dating.
Yeah, it does.
Got that up so I can watch the chat up there. Oh, Craving Crochet doesn't go live for half an hour.
To do it in here.
Yeah, we're all nice and full of energy, aren't we?
Full of energy. You guys were probably like, whoa, guys, calm down. You're being too much. Does anybody else have any questions?
Is anyone making any hats for Hat Not Hate? I watched the Skype interview that Crystal Bagoday did with the person that started Hat Not Hate, and they did say that we can use wool hats. They just kind of want us to let them know if we're sending them a hat that's got wool in it so that they can mark it. Yeah, we ate McDonald's. So healthy.
Yeah, we had some McDonald's. I had 3 McChickens. Oh, whoops. I never took my Latuda. Crap. Now I'm going to have to get another soda. I'm sorry.
Will you grab me one while you're up?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper?
Yes, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Still, okay.
That one should be. Oh, it's not yet.
Hey, little miss. Sorry to scare you away. Yes, very quick and easy. And cheap, too.
Yep. We like cheap.
Darla wants to know what our favorite foods are. Mine would have to probably be sushi. I love sushi. I could eat it every day.
My favorite food changes. I don't know. I mean, like right now, my go-to when I don't feel like doing anything is pizza. Pizza or McDonald's. But there have been times that my favorite food has been roasted Brussels sprouts. And then sometimes it's Mexican food. Hey, Claire.
Hi, Claire. Thank you for stopping by. Wow, putting my video out made us jump up by 5. So we're doing question and answers. So if there's any questions, we will be happy to answer them. If Derek gets off his phone.
I was messaging Noni and telling us where we were.
Oh, okay. She always gets bummed when she misses them. She said she was having some bad weather in her area, and so that's.
Well, she just said in Brenda's live that she's got to go reset her router.
Okay.
So. Dude, are you quadriplegic now? I used to be able to pop my neck on the sides, and it won't now.
All right. I'm going to try crocheting again to see what happened with this shawl.
Yeah, I messaged Noni on Facebook and told her. But yeah, she's about to reset her router.
Okay.
And there's 10 in here. If you guys, if you ever decide we're not too boring, if you could hit the thumbs up, we'd appreciate it.
So should have 3, so I have
and again, this is an
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That sounds good, but I'm not usually much of a beef fan.
23.
I was raised on a small hobby farm, and I still have a resentment against cows.
30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49.
I'm so tempted
50.
to start throwing different numbers in.
You know, punch you in the face.
That's why I didn't do it.
51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56.
Thank you, Shannon.
60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 8, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93.
Hi, Nancy.
95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. And then these last 10 should be the 110. So how the hell did I get off?
Hi, Bernadette.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What part of
6,
Cali?
7, 8, 9, 10.
For those of y'all just coming in, this is an AMA, so just ask away any questions.
Ask any questions. Did you make a video too?
Yeah.
Cool. Hi, everybody. I'm glad you found us, Alicia. Thanks, Michelle.
Okay, I've heard of Monterey. I was a long time ago was going to go into the Air Force, and my tech school was going to be based out by Monterey.
Cool. Clara asked us what color are our socks.
Okay.
You go first.
See, that's my first sock. And this is my other sock.
I didn't even notice those, and I've been here for hours.
That's
Excuse me.
fine.
Mine are blue Argyle Happy Socks.
Yours are cute, but I like mine better.
I could take my shoes off in my house and not get death looks from my mother with these socks. Those socks, I think, would not fly in my household.
These were an Ambien purchase. Long time ago, it was the first night that I took Ambien, and I decided I didn't have enough socks, and I ordered them from Amazon. And I got these. I got a couple that say this, one that says Mother Effer, and a couple that say Savage.
109 stitches, okay.
And then I have a pair of ankle socks, one that says Holy
30
and
43.
Another one that says
30.
F off. But I figure if you're seeing that part of my foot, then we've got to be on halfway friendly terms.
Unless I didn't do 43. Oh, crap. Oh, I will figure this out. Oh, I'm glad you like them, Shannon. Thank you. So what other questions do y'all have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
These are my anti-peopling
30.
socks.
Did I get one out? I thought I did.
I think I don't know. I just think I took the lid off.
Yes, maybe I didn't. All right, there's 30.
I used to have this massive collection of novelty socks, and they have all over time disappeared. So I need to rebuild that collection.
This doesn't look like 43.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. How are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Got it.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
What was the first album that I bought for myself?
38, 39.
It would have been something from Columbia House Records.
1, 2,
and I have no clue what it is anymore, although I do know that at one time I accidentally got a UB40 album and was really not impressed with it.
The first album I bought for myself was Oasis Wonderwall. Isn't that what it was?
Mm.
Oasis from the 90s. Okay. So that's 43.
Hey, Grandma, we are doing good. I finished my market bag, and now
1,
I'm
2,
onto my
3,
knitting.
4, 5.
And Drew is insanely lost on his pattern.
Well, I ended up with 10 extra stitches on the foundation chain, and I have no idea how. What I'm doing right here might catch me at 5.
Thank you, Claire.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep. Finished the bag and
1, 2,
took a picture
3,
of it and
4,
messaged my
5,
friend, told him that
6, 7,
it's ready for them to come pick it up. I know that the first skein of yarn was purchased at Michael's, and the actual brand, no, but I could go into Michael's and I was in Michael's a couple weeks ago and I saw it there. Probably a loops and thread, but it was black with some colored specks through it. And I made a loom knit, a hat, and a scarf with it.
What was the question? Sorry.
Can you remember the brand color of the first skein of yarn you actually purchased?
The first skein of yarns that I got was loops and threads, impeccable. And I got about every single color that they had available in the store because I didn't have I wasn't diagnosed bipolar yet. And my desire to spend was really high, which I still have that desire now, but it was really bad back then.
What are you doing? My cats are in crackhead mode. I see both of you up there. Okay, let's see. Next question. Who's inspired me in my lives? My mom inspired me quite a bit. She had a lot of health issues. She had a happy life growing up, but she didn't have a happy life with my dad. But she kept going, and she is the one that, I've learned what strength is from thinking back to what she did. And my favorite band and genre of music, I have the most schizophrenic playlist on my phone. I have everything from Weird Al to D'Antwood to country music to rock to Eminem, Katy Perry and Taylor Smith and New Kids on the Block. I had a thing for New Kids on the Block when I was in junior high. Oh my word! I can still tell you the difference that if I hear Hanging Tough, I can tell you if it was the cassette version or the CD version, because the CD version, it was a guitar solo, and on the cassette version, it was a keyboard solo.
Wow. That's being a true fanatic. All right. My biggest inspiration, I'd probably also say my mom. She and I don't get along, but all the time. But she basically was the breadwinner of the family. And it was hard for her to raise a family of 4. And be the primary breadwinner. She always felt like she was very responsible for everybody, which has made my life harder now that I'm an adult and am not as successful as my siblings. But she worked really hard her whole life and made sure that everybody had clothes on their back, food in their belly, and a house overhead. So I do admire that. Let's see what else. Favorite band and genre of music. I don't know if I have a favorite band. I really love listening to instrumentals. There's the Vitamin String Quartet. I listen to them a lot. But if I had to choose between instrumentals and music with words, I would probably choose instrumentals. What's our favorite food to eat and favorite movie? Hi, Patty. Glad you're here. My favorite food, we did answer this one, but you must not have been here, is sushi. And we are devoid of good sushi restaurants in Oklahoma City, apparently.
We're in Oklahoma. You're lucky you're getting anything other than catfish.
But I went to one with my sponsor when I had my 3 months, and it was really good. I forget the name of the place even. It was somewhere over off Western.
Sushi Nico?
No, I think it was called Tokyo something Tokyo. But it was off Western and like 63rd or something like that. It was way up there. Favorite movie? It would have to be Clue. My favorite movie is Clue.
My favorite movie, I don't know. I think maybe probably any of the Harry Potter movies. That or the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series.
It's good.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
And what am I knitting? I am knitting a pullover jumper. I'm trying to get my glasses to go up.
And Michelle, yes, I've watched the guys from Two Cellos. While they are both highly attractive, I find their affectations of the constant head banging and flinging their hair and just going.
I've seen those. I like them.
I don't like them. I love their music. I could listen to their music all day long because they do come out with some really good stuff. But watching them perform is a whole nother beast.
My favorite quote for the longest time came out of the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series, and it was when Eustace and was it Patty? Was in not quite Narnia, but they were like the land to the east and whatnot. And she was up at the edge of the cliff looking over and whatnot, and Eustace was trying to get her to move back away from the edge because it was, such a steep drop down to, they couldn't even see the land. It was so high up. And she, her pride got the better of her. She's like, I can handle it. I'm fine, whatnot. And he was trying to pull her away in a scuffle, and he fell over. And then here comes Aslan and blew her, basically blew him to Narnia. And she freaked out, ran and hid in the grass and was crying. But then she sat there after a while and stopped crying because she's like, crying is good for a while, but after a while, you have to stop and do something. And that, I mean, it's just a paraphrase, but that was my favorite quote for the longest time.
Oh, you like Some Like It Hot, Jane? Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah. It was a whole complete analogy of the Christian life.
Birdcage is a good movie, Nancy. I love that movie.
Favorite book?
Hi, Nunzio.
Yeah.
Hi. Favorite book? Oh, Claire with a hard question. My favorite book would probably have to be. It was one I read for a book club that my boyfriend and I had. It was a LGBTQ book club that we hosted for probably about a summer or so, because we only read like 3 books before it fell apart. But I read one called was it the scripture according to Biff, Jesus's childhood friend. And it's basically the 33 years that you miss that aren't in the Bible. And it's quite funny. It's not meant to be sacrilegious, but it totally is. But it's just saying things that could have happened to Jesus while he was growing up, and they go on this adventure, and it's really funny. Jesus accidentally discovers coffee, and the way he acts when he's on coffee in the book, I was laughing so hard.
I don't know if I have a favorite book. I mean, the Harry Potter series, I can read over and over again.
Yeah, same here.
But I like thrillers and police procedurals. So anything like that, I like.
Okay. Patty asked, do any of you like horror flicks? Yes. Horror is one of the genres I absolutely love. I love scary movies. Anything that makes my spine tingle or makes me jump whenever there's just a strange sound as someone walks by the door. Insidious is probably my favorite horror movie. It's so good. It's good and it's scary, but like stuff doesn't really happen that's super off the wall scary, but it was just the noises that they put in the movie. Like something would happen and be like, Rung! And it just makes your spine tingle. But there's one scene in Insidious was
Hi, Karen.
The mother-in-law. Hi, Karen. The mother-in-law was sitting there, and the wife of the guy was talking to her, and she leans back, and the demon's face is like right here next to hers. And it's just, when I saw that in the theater, I about peed myself. I seriously peed myself. Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe the mom saw it and the wife didn't. I can't remember. Whoever saw it, it was really freaky.
Yeah, I like thrillers, but horror movies are good. I don't like the ones with like the realistic blood and guts, like the Saw movies. I just never got into. Okay, you little crackheads. Cats are getting in trouble. I know it.
One's on the stove. We'll just walked across the stove.
Oh, that's probably the sound we heard then.
Oh, that's awesome, Nancy. That's cool.
Okay, someone asked favorite food.
No. She was just saying what her favorite food was.
Her favorite food. Okay.
She already asked what our favorite foods were.
So the absolute weirdest horror movie I ever watched was The Human Centipede.
That was a messed up movie.
That was a very messed up movie. Although I want to see the next ones.
Patty, I'm assuming you're talking about My Recovery. Yes, Don't Speak, or yeah, that one was pretty scary too. Okay. The first, yes, every time, well, no, the first and the third time now that I went into rehab was my choice. The second time I was kind of forced into it, so it didn't stick. But yeah, most of the time, me being in recovery has been my idea. I just haven't always stuck with it. Obviously, because as you learned in my life from earlier, I was a meth addict for 16 years.
Yeah, I like medical TV shows and movies and whatnot, but there's something about sometimes like when the like the realistic horror, I'm not too fond of.
Let's see. Oh, wow, Lisa, that's heavy. Watching the stand while this is going on, it's very pertinent. I mean,
yeah, I like the stand.
Patty, I can't speak for your son. So your son is an alcoholic, correct? Okay. That's what I thought. Things are kind of blurring together sometimes, so I just want to make sure I'm talking to the same thing. About the same
bones.
thing. But what was I saying? Oh, but I can't speak to what your son will or will not do. It's all about whenever you're sick of what you're doing. Once you get sick of it, it's just no fun anymore. So it's just whenever the addict says to themselves, I need a change. And the first time I went in, I was very much in need of a change. But when I came out of rehab, I didn't realize how much work was going to be involved. And I gave up pretty quickly. Well, to say give up is an extreme. But yeah, Karen, I love Stephen King too. Yeah, Patty, I know. It's just sometimes you just have to let people do their thing and just let them know that you love them and that, that's all you can really do until someone is ready to get clean. You might wish that they would that you could just say, hey, will you try AA? But that's probably going to end badly. So my parents kept on telling me to go to AA before I went to rehab this last time. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I did not mean to burp like that. And I was adamant I wasn't going. But I also used to be very anti-AA. So that's that. Does anybody else have any more questions? I still ended up with 5 extra stitches. Ooh. Oh, whoops. How the hell did that happen? It's just going to have a tail because I am not starting over.
Okay. Did I get on my glasses? Do I like crocheting or knitting? I like them both. Crocheting goes faster.
I only crochet. I tried to learn to knit, and I failed miserably at it for the longest time. And finally, I started to get it, but it looked like crap, and I was not having it. I was like, I can crochet and have things look good. I'm not going to learn this new thing that I'm just going to suck at.
Well, you're going to suck at every new thing you learn until you get used to it.
I know, but at the time I was more irritated that everybody else at the crochet group was getting it.
What kind of pet would I have if I didn't have the ones that have? I want a pet rat. I wanted a pet rat and maybe a ferret and a chinchilla.
Oh, you missed what would we do for our last meal?
Good God, a hell of a lot of Ambien so I could sleep through it.
My last meal, I would like to be probably a steak. 16 ounce or 12 ounce sirloin, medium rare with some mashed potatoes and gravy, some fried okra. What else? And macaroni and cheese. Those are 3 of my favorite sides: mac and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy, and fried okra.
I cannot do mac and cheese. I know that I like the taste of it if I ever actually eat it. I cannot stand the sound of it being stirred, and that is the most disgusting sound in the world.
So my pets, if I didn't have my dog that I have now, I would like to have a ferret. I think ferrets are really cute and fun. I had a friend who had one, and he'd let them run around the house, and that little thing, just watching them run with their backs hunched up, just always, it was just so cute.
Okay, so there is now, by the way, there is now a dog that's tested positive for coronavirus.
Really?
Yes. There's no evidence that dogs can spread the disease or that the disease can cause an animal to fall ill, though.
Okay, that's good.
So if you have it or you think you have it, stay away from your animals.
Patty says, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Patty. Yeah, but rats are supposed to be smart and you can train them.
Well, ferrets are cuter than a rat, so.
Well, they're both cute. I used to have a pet hedgehog.
That's cool. What happened to it?
I was moving and I couldn't take it with me where I was going. And I was going to give it to a daycare I was working at the time, but I hadn't told him yet. I was going to go up there and offer it to him. And I got pulled over on the way there, and I had the hedgehog sitting on my shoulder because that's where it went around everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And the cop comes up and goes, license and registration. What the hell is that on you? And I was like, it's a hedgehog. You want to hold him? And so, I mean, he stopped the traffic stop in the middle. He's like, hey, the hedgehog, whatnot. He's like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to have to go, my daughter would love it. I'm like, you can have it. You trying to bribe me to get out your ticket? Nope, you can write me a ticket and you can still have it. I was on the way to offer it to a daycare, but I have all the stuff right here if you want. So I traded my hedgehog and got out of a ticket.
Nice.
That is the only time I've ever gotten out of a ticket when the officer had the intention of actually giving me a ticket. It's the only time I've ever got out of one. Although I did learn that if I rap myself out like the guy in Liar Liar, when the cop pulls me over, do you know what I pulled you over? Yeah, I did this and this and this and this and this and this. Less likely to get a ticket. Or they'll drop it down to a no seatbelt ticket, even if I did have my seatbelt on. They'll just ask me over and over again, you didn't have your seatbelt on, did you? You didn't have your seatbelt on, did you? Until I say, oh, no, yeah, sorry, I didn't have my seatbelt on, no. Because no seatbelt tickets, $20 or $25, and it doesn't affect your insurance.
All right. What is your deepest fear? Asks Patty. I have a couple, so it's going to be hard to choose. But I'd say probably dying alone, like no friends, no family, not having anybody there with me whenever I pass, stuff like that.
Being trapped in my body, unable to communicate. Like when someone's in a catatonic state or persistent vegetative state, when they say, oh, they're not aware of what's going on. How do you know? Has any of them come back and said, I didn't know what was going on? You don't know. Like ALS? No. As soon as I find out I got diagnosed with ALS, bye, I'm out. Because being trapped in my body, unable to communicate, cannot stand. That is like, I'm not normally claustrophobic, but the idea of being trapped in my body makes me claustrophobic.
Yeah, that's scary. That's funny, Lisa, about the ferret getting up and biting him whenever his alarm would go off. That's funny.
I'm not afraid to die in my sleep. That's actually my preferred method.
Yeah, that's. I don't want death to be painful.
I don't want to know what's coming.
If you had a terminal illness, that would really. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, like, that would be even worse knowing.
I
only have 6 months left.
Things would adjust and whatnot, but I think that would be a little bit different. But like being executed, I mean, just like I could do it. I mean, but I want to go in my sleep. I want to have no clue. Like, wherever in a plane crash in the mountain somewhere and you've got to kill someone to eat them and survive, kill me in my sleep. Don't tell me in advance. Just let me go to sleep, think I'm going to wake up in the morning, and hope you get high cholesterol from me.
Jane says hers is buried alive. Claire says hers is water where she can't see the bottom and dying in her sleep. Hi, Kim. How are you? I'm glad you're making the blue hats. That's awesome. We are doing a Q&A. So ask anything that you want, and we will answer it. We've been asked quite a few up to now. So if you want to look up and see what's already been asked, or just asking if we've already been asked it, I'll just answer again.
Yeah, I've got circular needles, and I much prefer the metal ones or the aluminum ones to the bamboo ones.
Yeah, Clara, I feel you. We're doing good. How are you? Oh, I already asked you. You said you're doing good now. We are good. We're just sitting and crocheting, and I'm trying to figure out how the heck I messed up here, but I've given up on that, and so I'm not going to win the crochet and knit along anyways. Those girls are way too skilled. But I just wanted to do it so I could partake. And I have until April 1st.
Do I believe in an afterlife? I don't know. I don't know what's there and what's not. I can't definitively say one way or the other. Because if I start to say there absolutely is an afterlife, then I start getting anxiety. Well, what if they're not? What if, what not?
What if?
And I get the same what ifs if I say that there's not one. So I just take the Buddhist approach, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, for me, I don't want to offend anybody, but I am not a Christian. So I don't really believe in the idea of heaven. I believe what we call our soul goes somewhere, but it might not be like up in the clouds where we can all meet again and hang out. I see it more like your soul just goes out to the universe, because we are of carbon, and that came from the earth, and the earth is ruled by the universe. So that's kind of like my afterlife visuals.
What about karma?
You're welcome, Patty.
Let's see. I don't know. I would like to believe in karma, but I also don't. And now this probably goes to deal with self-esteem issues. I don't believe that karma would be in favor of, like, it would be in favor of me. Like, I wouldn't get good karma, or I would get bad karma and unjustified bad karma.
Yeah.
But I would like to believe in karma.
Same here about believing in karma. There have been definite times that I've done something bad or not nice, and I had negative consequences. And I like it when that happens to other people. I was watching this video on Facebook that a friend of mine shared, and I didn't reshare it just because I felt like it was spreading negativity. But there was a man racing around a car and screaming homosexual expletives, if that makes sense, at the car. and he wasn't paying attention, and traffic had stopped in front of him, and he crashed into the back of this car, and he was going fast. So I feel like, so to say, like, I feel terrible for the car that he hit, because I'm sure they were very injured, but he's of course at fault because he was being an idiot and speeding around a car and yelling things and not paying attention. So that's the kind of karma that I like. I like when someone does something bad and something bad happens to them. I don't know if I necessarily believe in good karma. Because if that was the case,
that show. My name is Earl.
You have self-esteem issues, Patty. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I do too. It's gotten better since I got out of rehab, though. But for a while, it was not good. Yeah, that's the thing with Ambien, Lisa. You do stuff in your sleep that you're not aware of, and it's not fun. It never happened to me when I took it, very briefly, but I take something else for sleep, so I don't have that issue.
The only thing that it did to me is I bought. One night I bought a bunch of socks on Ambien. The next night I bought a squirrel onesie. And the third night I have that big giant green ball of yarn up there. I spent an hour sitting in bed trying to get that rolled into a ball because it was on a skein. So, but that, and then after that, I had no more issues with it.
Huh.
Patty, so do I. I have treatment-resistant depression right now. Like, we've tried all the new stuff. We're back to they just started me on Prozac again, to the point that I've asked my doctor. I said, okay, I think it's time that we start, looking at ECT or transcranial stimulation.
Yeah. My depression is bipolar depression, so I take Latuda for it, and I'm on the highest dose of Latuda, and for some reason I've still been pretty depressed lately, and so I don't know what else my doctor and I can really do, because if you throw an antidepressant in on top of being bipolar, it just makes you more prone to having manic episodes and deep lows. So that's why
Latuda's not an antidepressant, though. It's just
it's an antipsychotic, but but it treats bipolar depression.
Yeah, but it treats bipolar disorder, not bipolar depression. That's two different things.
No, listen to the commercial.
Yeah. Don't necessarily trust a commercial. It's an antipsychotic. You need to clean your nose.
I thought I got it.
But it is given as an adjunct to help antidepressants, but it's not necessarily going to treat depression on its own.
I mean, I take other stuff with it. It's not just that by itself, but.
And Nancy, yes, I do. I took a 6-week knitting course, one night a week for 6 weeks, and they didn't teach me that. And I just recently had someone, within the last couple months, teach me that. But yeah,
cool,
made
Kim.
A big difference.
Kim answered all the questions. So she said her inspiration is her grandmother. Five Finger Death Punch is a movie, I'm assuming.
No, it's a group.
Oh. Then Chocolates. The Mirror Has Two Faces. You're a horror fan. You get a pit bull. And you love schnitzel, and you want to go in your sleep.
Yeah, they tried me on Latuda, and I gained 40 pounds in 1 month and said they can F off with their Latuda.
I was on it for years before I ever started gaining weight. And I wasn't eating the worst at that time, but I know my diet had kind of changed a little bit. I was eating a lot of junk food. But I suddenly shot up 30 pounds after we moved here. You saw how fat I was.
I take Geodon now. It's the only antipsychotic that doesn't cause weight gain. But
I have no idea.
Zoloft, the last time I took Zoloft, I would start having severe anxiety, almost getting into panic attack level within an hour of taking each pill. And so I finally was like, okay, I take the Zoloft, and then 45 minutes later, I'm having to get an injection of Ativan. I was like, it wasn't worth it.
Oh.
Yeah, knitting is a lot slower than crochet. Crochet works up fast, which is why, I don't know. And it seems like it's a lot easier for me to learn stuff learn stitches and different things with crochet than it is with knitting. But I think one of these days I'm going to sit here and just have because was doing a, excuse me, pick one day a week where I was just learning something new. Like I learned circular needle knitting, or knitting in the round, which no one told me it was just that easy. But now I want to learn continental knitting.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing, because that's what I've heard. It's faster, and because I was watching a tutorial on it. She says it's faster and it's easier on your hands because you're not throwing. You're just
Best advice I've ever been given: let it go.
It gets better. There was a campaign about it gets better, but it got me through some really hard times. Thinking like, okay, this isn't going to be this way forever. It gets better.
Oh, or do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy?
And something was asked of me. Here we go. And we're back here on the London Fog with Drucifer and the Derek the Nitwit. This too shall pass tattooed on you. That's awesome, Claire. A friend of mine, well, he's not really a friend. He's an artist that I follow on Facebook. He's out of Portland, I believe. He does. Have you guys seen Winebox Boyfriends? Does that ring a bell to anybody? Winebox Boyfriend? Have you seen those? This guy, he's an artist. He made a man out of wine boxes and called him his boyfriend. And they do photo shoots together, doing couple stuff. Well, they ended up getting married. So there was an actual wedding where if you purchased a ticket, it like the money went to like I can't remember what it was in Portland, but it was like a good charity. You got a photo shoot with oh God, what the hell is his name? You got a photo shoot with the two of them together. Well, they have bigger news now. Winebox Boyfriend is pregnant. So there will soon be a Winebox baby that he'll be doing photo shoots with. Yeah, Lisa, I bet being a cop, you saw a lot of karma being dealt. You probably did a lot of it yourself. The grass is greener where you water it, says Claire. That's true. The best is yet to come, says Darla. Yes. Kim, sometimes the grass is greener because of the BS. That's funny.
I was raised on a farm. I remember that. I know that much.
That's good advice, Dusty. Take pleasure in the ordinary. Little happy happens. All the time, stop waiting for the big one. It's awesome.
What kind of farm? My dad had a hobby. We call it a hobby farm, when I guess technically it would have been a hobby ranch because we raised animals, not plants. But he had a full-time job, but he also had the farm on top of it. And my mom always said from the time I was in kindergarten, I had 2 full-time jobs. I went to school and then I went, worked on the farm because we would, like most kids get, they go to school, they come home, their chores consist of taking out the trash or
laughing at Patty's. Don't pee on the electric fence.
Yeah. Take out the trash or wash the dishes after dinner. My chores would be, spend an hour and a half to 2 hours feeding cattle.
Claire, something that's smaller, insignificant, that makes me smile. It's the same thing, but open the door for elderly women, and they are so ecstatic about it that makes me happy. I like it when someone holds open the door for me. That makes me happy. But there was one time I was going to this restaurant with my dad, and there were these 2 older women who were still by their car, but they parked in the front row, and I was holding open the door, and they were like, "You don't have to hold it." I was like, "I will hold it until you get here." And when they walked in that door, they were just so giddy and happy that someone held open the door for them. And it really made me feel like I probably made their day. And it just made me feel really good, and I smiled really big about it.
See, and would I ever crochet Barbie clothes tutorials? I don't know that I know how to make. I don't know how to make Barbie clothes. So I'm just learning how to make, adult human-sized clothes. So, and what am I working on is the back panel of a knit pullover.
And hi, Savage Knits. How are you?
Do I use manners? Well, bad manners is still manners, so no matter what, everyone uses manners. But do I use good manners? I try to try to at least use neutral manners.
I use pretty good manners. Like I said, I can hold open doors for everybody. I try to smile or say hi to people when I meet them or pass them by. Like I don't just go around my day like I'm in my own little dark bubble. I like to smile at people. I like to, just be courteous. I don't know if that's really manners, but I feel like it's being courteous. And I would consider myself a very courteous person. Oh, that's awesome, Patty. And I never do it expecting a thank you whenever I hold it open. I did find once I moved back down here to Oklahoma, everybody says thank you. Unlike people in St. Louis, you hold open the door for them and they act like, well, of course you hold open the door for me. I'm me. So, but I don't do it for the thank you. I do it to just be courteous to the person behind me, or like I said, if there's like older people coming in, I'll always do that for older people and women. But anybody, it'd be nice to do it for everybody. And, just being a courteous person. This is starting to rip too much.
That's bigger than when you came over earlier.
It splits right there. Oh, my mom's going to be happy. The shirt may have finally bit the dust.
I'll cut it off and just make it into a short sleeve.
It's true. Could. Treat others how you want to be treated. Yes, that's very true, Jane. Yes. And Patty, you're right. Be kind. I try not to put too much negativity out into the world because I believe it's kind of like, I guess that is kind of like karma. I believe for negativity that you put out, negativity is going to find you. So I try to remain positive, only put good things, happy things on my social media. I don't share things about politics or any of the taboo subjects that you shouldn't really be inflicting on others. But given, never mind. We're going to get into dodgy territory, so that's all I'm going to say on that. But I try to just put positive things out there in hopes that the less negative that I do, the less negative will happen to me.
What will I be crocheting for the future? I don't know, future projects. I've got the Derek Carty to work on. I've got the Harry Potter Graphgan. I've got I've got my regular corner to corner. I still have the F-bomb I'm working on, the anatomical heart. Although tomorrow, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet a coronavirus to give to my doctor on Monday. So,
let's see. Lisa said he wasn't moving until he got caught. It took some time, but he got caught. He was given the choice to quit or have charges brought. He was driving drunk with $5,000, and because of that, the drug fund was audited. Wow. Well, I'm glad he got caught. Like I said, that's definitely karma. So people reap what they sow. Oops, I left one in there.
oh, Lisa, that sucks.
What happened?
My sister had breast cancer.
Oh,
she
wow.
also had thyroid cancer.
Oh, that sucks, Lisa. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh. Now that I'm done crocheting, figure out something to do.
I've got a loom over there. You can loom that.
Nah, it's okay. Is that how you're going to make your hats? Loom knitting?
I don't know. I've got a pattern for a knitting in the round one, so that doesn't require DPMs. So I've got DPMs, but they're like that long. So
Okay, let's see. If I don't feel like I can be nice to people, I isolate myself so I don't take it out on anyone that doesn't deserve it. That's really awesome, Dusty. I do it. I do that too.
thank you, Patty. Where in the world would I like to see? I want to go to London and to Australia.
That's so funny. Mine is also Australia, but I would like to see England, but I would especially like to see Ireland. Ireland and Aussies have the sexiest accents.
Well, I mean, you're in the UK. You may as well go over too.
Well, yeah. You would.
Yeah.
I don't think you could probably fly right into Dublin, but I would probably hit the whole UK if I was over there. I wouldn't just.
Well, yeah.
I'm just doing Ireland. I'd be like, okay, got to hit everything.
Yeah.
London fog.
I haven't been to New Orleans, but I've been to parts of Louisiana.
New Orleans is fun. I went there for a band trip in high school. So it was hard not getting to be an adult there and partake in the New Year celebrations. But it was still fun. The history there is really awesome. And I've been there one time as an adult when I was still drinking and got quite sauced. And it was during like the off time anyways. It was kind of cool outside. So there weren't a lot of people on Bourbon Street walking around, but it was still really fun. We went to all the gay bars that were there.
I'll go visit Sweden if you pay for the tickets. And you probably have to translate everything too.
Oh, Jane, come to Liverpool so you can get the ferry to Ireland. I will definitely do that.
That's actually my background is Native American and Irish.
Really?
Yeah, I got all the Irish whiteness.
I got Irish, Scottish, English, French, Native American, and Czechoslovakian.
Yeah, it's like I mean, you can't live in Oklahoma for any more than 1 or 2 generations and not have Native American in you.
Yeah, well, our Native American actually comes from South Dakota. I had a great grandfather that married an Indian woman.
I'm 13th descent from Pocahontas.
Is that real?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Dad did genealogy, traced it all the way back.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's what, Powhatan, something like that.
Yeah, mine is Sioux, but the name of the tribe is called Rosebud, the Rosebud tribe, but they're Sioux Indians. Oh, you like it when I London fog, Lisa?
Mayan Riviera. When I went to Cozumel, I mean that's still you get a lot of the Mayan down there. We went to some Mayan ruins down there. Oh, that's funny. And not this past year, but the year before, we were down on my birthday, and we rented for $100. We rented a boat for the entire day. That included the captain and 2 crew members, and we went and they caught fresh fish, so we made fresh ceviche. Like they deep sea free dive with the spearfishing to go and get the fish that we had for lunch. And went to different places, but it's like because we were in one place and someone had asked where the bathroom was, and they said you had to use the Mayan bathroom, which was go pee behind a bush.
Wow, that's funny. I'm glad you guys like when I do the London fog. And we're back.
I made tea so I could have cold biscuit tea.
You made tea?
Well, I just want for one.
Oh.
For the biscuit tea because it's individual tea bags. So I brew it in the morning and then stick it in the fridge so that I can just add a little bit of water to it and have tea. And it's really good. What makes you angry? If you mess with my routine, my timing, my patterns, things like that, I don't like things getting messed with.
Hi, Kim. How are you? What makes me angry is people being mean to animals. Doesn't matter if they're a dog or a cat or whatever. I mean, anyone mistreating an animal makes me so angry.
And filling out forms.
Claire.
Irrational rage. Filling out forms.
Claire hikes a lot, so she's Mayan bathrooms many times.
Yeah. Just be careful which leaf you're peeing on.
Glad to hear you're good, Cam. I'm glad you made it. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. That McDonald's is speaking to me. Claire doesn't like, homophobes. That's another. Xenophobes, homophobes.
People that forget that the U.S. was founded on immigration.
Yeah, people that forget that the U.S. was founded on immigration. Yes. People who hate foreigners. That also makes me angry.
See, my thing is I absolutely love to learn about other cultures, other people. What do they live like? What are their life like? Like I can get up and I can walk to Family Dollar. You're in, South Africa, somewhere in South Africa. Do you have a corner store? What are your corner markets like? Like in Mexico, they have bodegas and whatnot. What I love learning about other cultures and seeing them. Like when I go to Mexico, I love the fact that we're not always in some touristy spot, but that we are.
Making her moderator.
Who?
Kim.
Okay. That we are. It's not. We get to live like locals, and I like stuff like that.
Yeah. When people say that you're in America, you need to speak English, that makes me angry. America wasn't founded on any English national language. It's one of our many languages that Americans speak. and it's the most popular, but it's not the one that you have to speak to be an American. And there are too many people who feel that if you don't speak English, that you don't deserve to be here, or that you're less than, and stuff like that. So it's just really irritating.
Or that, the original people that came over from England were coming over to avoid. Oh, that's the butt squeaking. They were coming over to avoid persecution, and yet what do we all do now? Is everyone's trying to persecute everyone else.
People who are like that their thinking is very small-minded, and sometimes you have to just go, okay, they're uneducated, or they have probably never left the state that they were born in.
Well, I mean, I really haven't left the state that I've been born in that much, so that's not necessarily that.
But you do. But I'm saying
not much. But I mean, there's this thing that a lot of times, like if you live in the same state you were born in, or if you live in, within certain amount of miles of where you were born, you're actually supposed to be like more closed-minded and more.
Yeah, that's insane. Like
I grew up half hour from where I live now.
Yeah. So
it doesn't always work, but
yeah. I think part of that is also being part of the LGBTQ community. It's a worldly community.
Yeah, and I'm in the hated part of the LGBT community.
What's that?
I'm in the hated part of the LGBT community.
Yeah.
I'm in the part that the LGB hates. So, anyway, I haven't really talked about that.
Sorry. I didn't mean to bring up a subject.
No, that's fine. No, I just haven't. I have, before I ever really got big with it, I had one particular person I was going to talk to about it first, just because I didn't want them to learn it third hand.
Yeah.
So.
Second hand, you mean?
Second, third, fourth, whatever.
Yeah. That's.
Well, I consider from a video second hand and from someone else third hand.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't like willful ignorance. I will talk about I am geographically stupid. Because honestly, you give me a map of the U.S. and I'm not going to get all the states in the right spot. I don't know other cultures. I don't know. You hand me a map and have me pick out, point out different countries. I'm pretty confident I could find the 7 different continents, and label them correctly. But as far as anything else, I just. Stuff like that, I'm really stupid with. I don't understand a lot of the other stuff, but yeah. I'm cool with learning, but I'm not going to go study which state is shaped like a shoe. I mean,
which state is shaped like a shoe?
It's freaking Louisiana. I know that. We're shaped like a jackass frying pan.
We are shaped like a frying pan.
Oh. Okay, so someone posts on Twitter, they canceled the medieval fair due to COVID-19. Why didn't they just run with it? People dying from a plague would make it pretty realistic, I think.
It's funny. I'm going to actually read what I chose for the topic tonight and see if I still want that to be the topic. As Bill sees it.
Yeah, deliberate ignorance, it's like, okay, as a general rule, I don't like people, but specific people, I like, talking about specific people, I like. But I'm this kind of the same way, like, I don't want religion in my life, and I have my whole history with that. But if it works for you, great. I'm not going to try and convince you that you're wrong as long as you don't try to convince me that I'm wrong. I fully believe that the religiously apathetic can live right next to the religious and be fine.
Excuse me.
Wait, who's talking about peanut butter? Oh, yes, peanut butter straight out of the jar. Yes. and preferably crunchy. Super crunchy if you can get it.
Okay, acceptance. Do aloneness.
Is it topic meeting or?
Yeah. I think I liked what I picked out. Is about acceptance.
That's always a good one. Good fallback on.
But I was trying to do stuff that we never do. So I felt like that was just I want to do stuff that we don't normally do.
Did the industrial hurt? No. No worse than any other cartilage piercing. What hurt was I had this one. Hang on, let me grab it real quick. Not the piercing, the jewelry. What are you doing in the box? I had this. Where's your?
Right there. Where the green light.
Yeah, that's it. And it was just a little bit too long. I may try it again. So.
I used to have 12 piercings all at one time. I had 12 different holes in my body. And now there are only 3 left.
7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I had 17 just on my head.
Wow.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. No, 24 piercings, I think, was what I had. Ooh, what do I feel guilty for? Oh, she's talking about your topic for you.
Try guilt. That would be a good one.
Okay, Lisa M.
There aren't a lot to choose from, though.
For an address for Happy Mail, I can give you. You can send it to mine. For right now, it's PO Box 1875.
Type it in. Yeah. I have my address for Happy Mail. I'm still in the midst of setting it up. I need to go drop off this piece of paper and my IDs to get the keys and have a box. But I just need to do that. I keep on forgetting.
But if you do, just send it to that one and then just say it's for the D&D show. I'll save it till on a Saturday.
Well, maybe she wants to send stuff to us individually.
Well, if she says individually, but if she wants it for the D&D show, label it that way.
Yeah, label it for the D&D show if it's for the D&D show. If it's for us individually, just put our names on it. Woo! Scared me. I will be right back.
Don't bump the thing. I got my sitting right there. Oh, I forgot I had to screw it through my ear to get it to fit.
Time to scare Max.
Max is in a box on the chair.
Okay.
I'm swapping out. Yeah, you get to watch me try and fit this in my ear. I have to screw it through the hole back here to get it to. Oh, didn't make it in the hole. I forgot which way lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. That's not my. Yeah, haha. It actually didn't hurt screwing it through. It's just getting it through the hole. Can't.
You're sitting on your phone.
I was using the camera as a mirror. So I got a close up of my. Where's the freaking hole?
I probably have about 12 more minutes.
Yeah, because you got to be there half hour early.
Yep. It doesn't take that long to get there from here. Just take 10th to Villa.
Good grief, my ear just suddenly became a virgin.
Need help?
Am I? No, I need to back it out some. Am I close to the hole?
Let me see. There you go.
It's not through.
Yes, it is. It was, unless you moved it.
I didn't move that part. I think there. Okay. No.
Want me to get that? You got it? Oh. Thank you, Claire. Okay, Kim, that's cool. Lisa, okay.
Almost had it. Now.
That's funny, Lisa.
To unscrew my ear without screwing it all the way through. I think what I'm going to need you to do is, because we've got to be able to get it in there without it being screwed through. I now have it stuck in my ear. Okay, can you get it without screwing it back in? Can you get it to, will it fit in there?
You have too much through.
Well, no, that's at the base. So that's what I'm thinking is like, yeah, it's So I could always just leave it unscrewed a little bit. Okay, is that still? I don't know where the hole is. I'm sure you guys love just watching me play with my earring.
It's still not enough.
Okay.
Claire, whenever I had my industrial, it wasn't that hard. It's just the type of
It's a little bit too long, so we're trying to figure out how to do it without, so I can get it in and have it open as wide as possible without screwing my earlobe shut.
yeah. And bye, Savage Net. Thank you for stopping by.
I can't find the hole.
It's still a little bit more.
Try that.
I'm sorry, keep on poking inside your ear. Just a little more. Like just a scotch.
Where's the hole?
All right. It's through.
Got my glasses off. I can't even see the hole in it. Oh, hey, where do we go to ask for patterns? Or to enter them, or however she's doing it. Okay, Claire, it doesn't normally take 2 pieces. It's this particular style. Okay, you're going to have to do this because I'm tired of fighting with it.
Okay.
Okay, my ear still is attached to my head.
I know. Come on, it was right there. Oh, it turned. Oh, I'm pushing it back through. Fuck.
You're a hero.
Let me try it one more time. You're gonna have to do it. I can't get it.
Yeah, the industrial is not normally this hard. If you have just a straight bar, it's super freaking easy.
Yeah.
I just like I like being difficult.
You don't say.
Dude, and I just got it. Okay, so how do we get in on the free the patterns? Is it like a contest, or you have to, or what? I guess I could put my glasses back on now.
Excuse me.
See, now I can sit here and twist it around, and I can screw my ear shut. Doesn't help that I already have elf ears.
Excuse me.
It's on her website. Okay, what's the website?
Well, Darla said it's on her channel.
One Dusty said it's on a website. Do-do-do-do. "23 patterns." There's a video. Okay, there's the link. Cool. Thanks for the tip.
What are they off? Doesn't say.
Description note.
Will you text that to me? That link?
Figure out how to do it.
Well, this meant that.
Well, no, it's like if I can figure out how to. Oh, click that. Maybe. Send file. Oh, not that way.
Just send me a link to the page. Will be fine.
Let's see, what is this link sharing thing?
You remember built this city. We took this city.
No, I don't want to download it again. I'm trying to copy the link. There you go.
Thanks. Ooh, I wonder who that could be.
And then to Sabrina. Okay. Yes, I found it. I gotta see if I can.
All right. It has been 12 minutes. I have to go, and we're doing this on my laptop, so we need to end it so I can bring my laptop with me. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by, and hope you had a good time. We'll be here every Saturday at 6 to 6:30 p.m., probably 6:30 Central Time.
Did you have elf ears? I have pointy ears. I'm used to it. Plus, the hats and everything make them point down. And if I don't have elf ears, I've got Dobby ears.
But anyways, thank you, everybody. Hope you have a great night. Be sure to love each other and do something nice for somebody else. And don't brag about it.
Hi, guys.
Bye.